Quickies get quicker. The Matthew effect is something we hear a lot. The rich get richer and the poor get poorer. To let you know how old it is, it comes from the book of Matthew. It appears once in chapter 13 and again in chapter 25. Similar verses appear in the other synoptic gospels. The term Matthew effect was coined by Robert K. Metton to describe how senior scientists get more than their share of the credit. Awards and prizes almost always go to the most senior researcher, even if they didn't do much, whereas the grad student who did all the work goes unacknowledged. The problem is, although it applies sometimes, in most cases where it's claimed, it just doesn't exist. Supposedly, early readers will go on to be better readers and intellectuals. Those who start school early will get ahead in life, and generally the best start you can give your kid will benefit him the rest of his life. In reality, any differences in early learning up to kindergarten tend to even themselves out by third grade. Even a prodigy who goes to college at age 12 doesn't necessarily end up being a super genius. They generally don't end up smarter or better than their college-educated peers with similar performance. They just get there earlier. It's supposed to happen in networks as well, where a node that gets a lot of earlier connections ends up dominating. But even if that does happen for a while, eventually the traffic gets spread out to less busy nodes. And of course, the big example is in economies. How many times have you heard of the rich are getting richer and the poor getting poorer in today's society? The fact is, it just isn't true. Yes, the rich are getting richer, but so are the poor. Look at it by objective, nominative criteria such as purchasing power instead of relative wealth, and you'll see it easily. Of course, when government gets involved, it tends to be a different story. Crony corporations grow beyond their benefit. Heavily protectionist industries such as Hollywood overshadow independent films. And rich people lobby for more taxes so that they can make money from their tax havens and higher minimum wages to put their smaller competition out of business. That is, when they're not monopolizing things directly like with power or cable companies. But if you're going to deny this, ask yourself, why is it that Netflix and Amazon are so popular instead of those niches being filled by Blockbuster Video and Walden Books?